Evening. Today, my group and I will talk about food security, and one of the most important things in the world is the exponential growth of the population, and this is why the agriculture forms part of one of the most important science in the world. Today, our partners, Luis Miguel, Luis Borcio, and Carlos will talk about this problem and the future solutions that we can do for solve this.
Well, uh, for starting this, who knows what is food security? Someone raise your hand if you know. No. Andres, for you, what is food security? Security.
Food security is when someone is able of getting food whenever he wants to or needs it, being not just physically but economically available for everyone.
Okay, perfect. That is a good concept about what is food security. Well, food security concept of food security have evolved in the last 30 years to reflect changes in official policy thinking. The term first originated in the mid of 1970s is that when the World Food Conference defined food security in terms of food supply, assuring the availability and price stability of basic foodstuffs at the international level. So availability at all time of adequate world food supplies of basic foodstuffs to sustain a steady expansion of food consumption and to offset fluctuations in production and prices. Well, in 1983, FAO analysis focused on food access, leading to a definition based on the balance between the demand and the supply side of the food security equation. That means that, telling that, ensuring that all people at all time have both physical and economic access to the basic food and that they need. The definition was revised to include the individual and household level in addition to the regional and national level of aggregation in food security analysis in 1986. Well, I think about this is that who thinks that we have food security in all the world? Who thinks that? Nobody? Sophia, what do you think about food security? Do you think that in the world there is food security? No. Why?
I think that we have enough food for everybody, but there is a bad distribution. So, for example, people in Africa aren't able to eat every day.
Okay. Miguel Suazo, what do you think about that?
Well, I think that there's not enough distribution, as you said, in all the world, and that only in many countries it's available, but in countries that are poor, they're not available.
Okay. Do someone here think that there's like a solution for this? What we can do? Oh.
I think that one possible solution can be like she said, a good distribution of the food, because in other countries there are a lot of waste of food, and that can be distributed in countries that don't have food security.
Perfect. Well, thanks. Now, Miguel will talk something about. Well, we'll continue. He will continue with the topic.
Okay, what is the main, the principal concept in the food security? Basically, the food security is every people in the world has the possibility to eat 3 times per day. And I need that someone think or say something about that concept. What do you think, or every people here think about this concept?
Do you think like it's a correct term? What do you think about it? Okay.
Yeah, I think that it's impossible because our countries like Africa, or like continents like Africa that have a bad percent of people that eat all day. So it's a bad concept.
Yeah, it's so difficult to every people have the opportunity to eat it 3 times per day, but that is the food security try to say realize in the real time. And the influential World Bank report on poverty and hunger focus on temporal dynamics of food security. The report introduced the distinction between cryonic food security associated with problem of continuing or structural poverty. And that says basically the 80% of every people in the world have the 20% of the richest thing in the world, and the 20% of the people have the 80% of the richest things in the world. And that is, like Sofia said, a bad distribution of the richest thing in the entire world. And now my partner Corcio continue with the explain.
Okay, so to start, what do you guys think it's a possible solution for this topic of food security?
I think that there's like a project that I saw in France that the food that was in the supermarkets that was about like to lose, like to go wrong. Yes. So they have like a limit, and if no one bought that food, they give it to the people that were missing food.
Okay, that's something interesting. So an important fact according to the FAO, is that around 40% of all the food that is produced in the world is lost as food waste. So, but I think one of the important facts of this topic is that, like, as Sophia mentioned, there's a bad food distribution. So as a recommendation, we can say that we can start by saying that the government is involved in this. So if the government can put more effort and be more organized, a lot of the food that is produced in the country can be distributed in a better way in the country. So another thing is we need to teach farmers on rural areas to produce more efficiently, to use better techniques. For example, they can use better water systems, irrigation, and all that stuff. And also something very important that we can see in these days is the use of better variety of crops. So, for example, in Africa, maybe some of you might heard, in Africa, they produce rice, but they produce a rice that has more nutritional benefits. It has more vitamins and minerals and all that stuff. And this is something good for to reduce the food security problem. And now my friend Georgie is gonna give the conclusions.
Well, as a conclusion, we have that give the solution to this problem is our responsibility, and one of the most factible solutions to this problem is improve our situation in economics and food security things. We have to work together as a countries, as partners, and produce the sufficient food for everybody, and take care about the most dangerous countries like Africa. Thank you.